Arg. Hallo Test.
Persona 4 Arena.
Okay. Also. Feiertag. Für uns Deutsche, ja. Ich weiß nicht, ob bei euch in Österreich auch Feiertag ist. Was ist am Donnerstag? Was ist Christi Himmelfahrt ist? Nanako angekündigt. Nee, der hat irgendwie einen Kommentar zu Yu Narukami gesagt, dass keiner seine teure Nanako anfassen darf. So. Okay, also, wir machen Persona 4 erstmal weiter. Und ja, dann schauen wir mal, was wir noch machen.
Okay, you've got a short break until your next match. Rest up so you can wow the crowd with your skills later.
Yeah. Okay, also wir sind immer noch in der Teddy-Story. Werden wir wahrscheinlich heute fertig mit. Wenn das auch irgendwie irgendwann abbricht und später erst weitergeht. Ja, wisst ihr. Super viel ist nicht. Also super viel Information gab es jetzt nicht. Wenn man Trinkgeld gebe, müsste eigentlich Crazy müsste eigentlich drin stehen. Oh. Ah! Da hat mir jemand. Da hat mir jemand Geld gegeben. Nicht gesehen. War es gerade eben erst? Vor einer Minute. Ah. Gnome. Und ein Follow. Ja, irgendwie Alerts haben am Anfang nicht richtig funktioniert. Heute gab's scheiß technische Probleme. Deswegen fing der Stream auch erst ein bisschen später an oder so. Spiel gibt's, das Spiel direkt hier gibt's leider nicht für den PC. Es gibt's für Xbox 360 und für PlayStation 3, glaube ich. Ich glaube ja. Xbox 360 und PlayStation 3, aber leider nicht für den PC. Außer natürlich halt Emulator. Aber Xbox 360 Emulator kenne ich überhaupt gar keinen. Und PlayStation 3 Emulator ist noch nicht so super weit entwickelt. Aber, yo, danke. Vielen Dank einmal fürs Folgen und fürs Trinkgeld. Vielen Dank. So. The General can say whatever he wants, but none of it reaches my furry ears. My heart's at the bottom of a deep, dark well. I won, but it feels so hollow.
Why won't anyone believe good old, trusty, adorable Teddy? Rise-chan, Now-chan, and I went through good times and tough times together. We were all friends. Why would they say that?
Thinking about that makes me feel even emptier. That's right. In other words,
everything about this tournament is unbearable!
Are you depressed or goofing around? Pick one.
So cold. Now Chan's normally so nice. I mean, wow.
I can't believe she tore me apart like that.
How do you mean? You two were just talking to yourselves.
What?
Ja, der letzte Kampf, den wir letztes Mal gemacht haben, war gegen Naoto. Talking to ourselves, huh? What is Miss President saying? Nao-chan took me apart with her usual logic every time I say anything. Ah, crude. Crud. If I keep thinking about it, these big teddy bear eyes of mine are going to be like leaky faucets.
That's the enemy's special power.
I rub my eyes to make it look less like I'm crying as Nao-chan gets back to her feet. I want to rush over and make sure she's not hurt, but I'm a shadow, so... Seeing me stop myself, Nao-chan speaks up uneasily.
It seems to be capable of interfering with our cognition. What we're saying becomes warped in the listener's ears. Though we bear each other no ill will, our speech sounds abusive.
Our cognition? Abusive? I don't think I know what she means, but there's something I pieced together. If I'm right...
Then you don't hate me?
Perish the thought. You're a precious friend of mine. I'll always like you.
Ah! The gentle Nao-chan smile. There we go. That's the Nao-chan I know so well.
Whoa!
I can't hold back my overflowing passion anymore and dive right into Nao-chan's bosom. To my surprise, her arms wrap around me. I might get away with this.
It's Teddy. That tickles. Hey! Stop nuzzling your head against me.
Now, Chan, I'm against girls binding their breasts like this.
It's none of your concern. Ugh.
Aw, don't be that way. Just let me nuzzle a little more.
Enough.
Maybe I got a little carried away. And I was so close. As Nao-chan fixes her clothing, she turns towards Miss President, who was watching us get all lovey-dovey.
Excuse me for not introducing myself. It's nice to meet you. I'm Naoto Shiragane, a private detective.
Hi.
Isn't she elegant? Now, Chan may not look it, but she's a girl.
Huh? Hey, you're right. You're one classy gal.
Hehe, it's hard to notice, huh? But if they look close, anybody could tell how cute Nao-chan is. I saw how cute Nao-chan is and I surprised Miss President too. So that's good enough for me.
Well, enough about me. Now, you are?
These weird people were chasing her, so I was acting as her knight.
It's time to let Nao-chan know how great I've been. Then she can tell me what a good job I've been doing as a knight. It's my grand adventure where Sir Teddy valiantly protects Miss President from the three wicked people looking for the mysterious Labrys. But I only get as far as the pretty lady who mentioned Kirijo when Nao-chan asks me to talk more about her. Ooh, is Nao-chan interested in my story?
The fake Teddy was really worked up about those three for some reason. And they kept calling Miss President Labrys.
Ja.
It didn't make any sense to me.
Die Coins, also wir haben so einen Bot sozusagen, Mikuya, der ist frei zugänglich. Die Coins, also wirst wahrscheinlich, wenn du noch ein bisschen im Chat bleibst, auch irgendwann merken, dass Mikuya meint, dass du auf Level 1, dass du Level 1 bist, dann irgendwann Level 2 und so weiter. Einerseits sammelt man auf Twitch Erfahrungspunkte bei diesem Mikuya-Zeug. Einmal halt fürs Zuschauen und einmal fürs Chatten. Kriegt man jeweils halt immer ein bisschen Erfahrungspunkte. Und gleichzeitig für alle Zuschauer, die, glaube ich, innerhalb der letzten, was weiß ich, geschrieben haben. Gibt's dann diese Coins auch noch. Im Moment haben wir keine wirkliche Verwendung dafür, außer dass man sie sammeln kann und schauen kann, wie viel man denn so hat und wie viel denn jemand anderes hat und was weiß ich.
A major figure within the world-renowned Kirijo group was personally undertaking a search for something in this world.
A world-renowned major figure? She seems surprised for some reason. Between Junes and that, I wonder which is higher up. I didn't even have to think about that one. I'm pretty sensitive to stuff like that, after all. I mean, between a couple disappointment and a beautiful lady. Between a complete disappointment and a beautiful lady. If I line the two of them up, it's obvious which Don is higher ranking. I'm finished telling my side of the story, so now it's Nao-chan's turn. Why is she here in this world? She said she was too busy with work. My teddy senses tell me it has to do with those three strange people.
So I guess you're looking for this Labrys too?
A reasonable guess, but incorrect. I was investigating Kirijo-san for other reasons.
Da kann ich mal in der nächsten Pause schauen, ob die Mikuya da irgendwie irgendwas hat. Weil die hat verschiedene Plugins sozusagen, die man da einstellen kann. Kann ich mal gucken, ob es da irgendwie was glücksspielmäßig gibt oder sonst wie. Krebsrot wegen Allergie. Das ist nicht schön. Nicht schön. Wow! It's rare for her to tell us about her work right out like that. Is Nao-chan being so open because I was all mopey just now? Oh, Nao-chan, I love how you look cool, but have such a big heart. I'm falling for you even more.
Labrys, huh? Is there anything else you can relate, Teddy and...
Nao-chan trails off there. It's even rarer for Nao-chan with her keen mind and insight to stop in the middle of a conversation. What does this mean? She was looking right at me when she stopped talking. Oh, Nao-chan, you sly devil.
Oh my.
What's that look about?
I mean, your smoldering gaze was so intense.
Ah, the usual misunderstanding then. So, what's her name?
Name? Miss President's name.
Teddy, you've been with her all this time and never asked her name?
Tut tut! Even if I don't know her name, Miss President is Miss President.
That's...
But it would make me happier to know your name. Let's hear it, Miss President.
Miss President looks away awkwardly for some reason. Oh, I get it. It must be because I'm so smoking hot. But we've been together for such a long time. There's no need for her to be embarrassed now. I step even closer and look into her face again. I can see a slight blush on her cheeks and... Oh, wait. She's grimacing and about to speak.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Wait, do you have amnesia? Have you forgotten your name?
What a shocker! I wasn't expecting that at all. I wonder if Nao-chan is as surprised as me. I turn around to ask, but surprisingly, or maybe not, Nao-chan is calm as ever. Yeah, I forgot Nao-chan never gets shaken.
I'm curious. You don't have the power to wield a persona as we do, correct?
Miss President nods. I nod too in case the first one wasn't enough. Seeing that, Nao-chan starts to explain. Hehe, she gets so excited when she lectures.
It's possible that General Teddy is a shadow born from you.
1,96.
That fake Teddy is her shadow? But shadows usually look like the real person.
Bis 20 Zentimeter größer als ich. Das ist schon ein ganzes Stück, ja. When I think back to everyone's shadows last year, they all looked like the original person before they went berserk.
That's true. But though it may resemble you, it can't possibly be your shadow, Teddy. You were able to use your persona, and so could the others I've seen. That's why I think it's highly likely that this is her shadow, since she has no persona.
Warum seid ihr so groß? Huh. I'm convinced that it's not my shadow, but I still think there's something wrong. Shadows want to do what the original person wants to do, or thinks that person tried to hide, so that's strange to me, since that would mean...
Does that mean Miss President wanted to be me?
Yeah, no.
I knew you would say that, but it still cuts like a knife.
No, that's not what I meant. The General looked like that even before I met you. Though it's still not like I want to be you.
Want an honest answer, Miss President? That's fine. I'm the best there is at being me after all.
What if we ignore its appearance and think more about its role?
Instead of wanting to look like me, Miss President wanted to hold this P1 Grand Prix like the General?
That can't be. I want to stop this tournament.
Miss President protests, but suddenly closes her mouth and looks at me. What is it? Is there something she wants to say to me? She looks so sad, though.
You're right, though. Thinking about it, we already know that you're not the same guy as the General. This ain't your fight, so I shouldn't be all clingy and cause more trouble.
Miss President?
Miss President turns her back at us, to us.
Sorry I doubted you before. And thanks for looking after me this far.
Miss President, what's gotten into you? You can't go alone!
Suddenly, Miss President turns and runs. I hurry after her, but she's passing right through the walls I couldn't get through before. I forgot she can pass through those invisible walls for some reason. Even if I go after her, her lead's getting bigger. Oh no, I gotta catch up to her somehow.
If that fake Teddy really is Miss President's shadow, she'll be in trouble. Now, Chan, we need to go rescue Miss President together.
It's dangerous to face your shadow alone. I would have been in big trouble if Sensei and all my friends weren't with me when it happened to me. I was worried because I would be her only ally, but now I have Nao-chan for backup. I'm sure I can save Miss President with her help. She's the one who figured out who the fake Teddy really is, after all. But just as I'm getting excited, Nao-chan sadly shakes her head. Why? Isn't she coming with me?
Unfortunately, Teddy, there are rules to this tournament. The moment two participants meet, the area becomes sealed off with invisible walls. Only the victor may pass through them.
Oh.
That reminds me, the half-naked man and pretty lady didn't chase me once the fight ended. I thought I just got lucky, but maybe it was because they were tripped up by those invisible walls. I get it now. I didn't notice that at all. Well, it's not that important. But it does mean that I have to save Miss President on my own. This could be tricky. Sure, I'm her knight, and I need to save her to put things right, but I've never fought a shadow all alone before. Nao-chan's smart. Why can't she find a way to come along? Nao-chan speaks up again.
There's no conclusive evidence yet, but that girl may not be human.
Huh? What do you mean?
And if General Teddy is her shadow, nothing could be more cruel. I thought that a weapon with a heart was only a rumor.
What's she talking about? A webbing with a heart sounds kind of strange. But she's not joking, is she? I can see in Nao-chan's eyes that she's serious. It's a little different from a smoldering, passionate gaze. I need to listen carefully to what she's saying. Even though I don't understand, I gotta listen.
Teddy, I believe you may be able to help her. Out of everyone, you understand best how she must be feeling.
Großsein hat kaum Vorteile. Ja, besonders dann beim Kleidungszeug, ne? Ich meine, allein von der Größe her bräuchte man, weiß nicht, L, XL oder sowas. Da hast du anständig von der Länge her, aber halt dann hast du halt so einen Raum Zeug.
It's dangerous for her to be alone. Please go and find her.
I still don't get it, but I think I know what she means anyway. I tighten my adorable paws into fists and make a vow.
Okay, I'm Miss President's guardian knight. I'll protect her come what may.
Alright, I'm gonna do this. Even though I am worried and kind of scared. But if only I can save her, I'd be no true man if I didn't make up my mind to do it. I wave to Nao-chan and get ready to go. Oh, I got so fired up that I almost forgot.
You be careful too, okay, Nao-chan? Even though I can't stay here with you, I worry about you. The good thing about caring for people is you're not limited to just one, so I can help Miss President and still always be with you.
Thank you. But don't worry. I'm not alone. You either, Teddy. And neither is she.
Das Restaurants. Alles zu klein. Ah. Der Nightbot schimpft. Moment, ich stell mal schnell den Nightbot ein. Moment. Ich mach den mal ein bisschen braver. I'm not alone. Blablabla. So, Moment. Wo haben wir es denn? Also gegen Emote-Spam habe ich eigentlich jetzt nix. Spam Protection. Caps können wir ausmachen. Das stört mich nicht. Emotes können wir ausmachen, stört mich nicht. Symbols können wir ausmachen, stört mich nicht. Blacklist habe ich eh keine an. Okay. Also, der Nightbot sollte inzwischen jetzt, oder jetzt, zumindest auf Twitch, alles erlauben. Außer Links im Chat. Also okay. Ah ja. Ah ja, damals war damals. Damals war alles anders. Nao-chan's words lit a tiny flame inside me into a huge bonfire. Nao-chan and I aren't alone, and Miss President isn't either. So I don't need to feel lonely, even if I run after her all on my own. Ich will endlich wieder kämpfen. Hard to starboard, huh? I keep running, but I still can't find Miss President. I just keep running into those invisible walls. I've run into so many of them now that I feel like they are my real enemy. Going face first into one really hurts. Even if I go slow with my hands in front of me, my face hits it first. It's just how I am. I think I'm gonna cry if I run into one more. But then... This feels familiar. My teddy sense is smelling something.
Please, Teddy!
That's Rise-chan!
I'm so glad I made contact with you, but you better quiet down.
Oh, right.
I immediately zip my lip. My zipper is on my neck. I was making an analogy.
Rise-chan, are you back to being your old self again? Do you know who I am? Because I'm not that general.
Sure, I know who you are. I'm pissed about that knockoff bear using my voice, too. I'm so glad. Ever since this weird fake Teddy kidnapped me, I've been all alone. The others are fighting each other, too.
Oh my! She sounded angry for a second. My sexy voice must have soothed her nerves. She sounds so teary-eyed that she must have been pretty nervous. Looks like I've gotta save her too.
I'm sorry, Teddy. You must have heard some horrible things in my voice.
Huh? Even though it wasn't Rise-chan's fault, I guess she still feels bad about it. She snaps at me sometimes, but she's nice deep down. A true man would feign ignorance at times like these.
Not me, nope. Actually, it wasn't that different than usual.
What kind of person do you think I am?
Is she mad? Did I steer the conversation wrong? They do say a girl's heart is as pickle as a summer breeze. I'd better change the subject.
By the way, Rise-chan, where are you?
In the announcement room. I got kidnapped by that general guy. He was watching me too close for me to use my persona.
Teilweise Regen. Teilweise relativ schwül. Warm. Letzten Tage auf jeden Fall recht warm.
Goodness gracious! He kidnapped Rosette and locked her up to further his evil schemes!
Auf YouTube ist er ruhig.
He's an even worse guy than I
Oh,
thought!
ja.
I wish I was in his shoes.
Hey, moron, what are you fantasizing about?
I can't help myself. Oh, but Rise-chan, is it okay for you to talk to me like this?
Rise-chan says she finally got to use her persona when the general left the announcement room. And now she's contacting each of us to let us know that the general is the fake Teddy, and the Rise-chan we heard over the PA is a fake too. That was nice of her. What else did I need to ask her?
Isn't the P1 Grand Prix still going on?
General Teddy?
It hasn't ended yet.
Ooh.
Actually, Kanji seems to have gotten the
Hello.
wrong idea about it. He's going nuts.
I bet he fell for that manliest of all men line. It's not hard to see that happening with Kanji.
I know, right? Seriously, that stupid Kanji.
Was MGG-Bot? Was? Welcher MGG-Bot? Honestly, the things I've been through, I don't know what to do about Kanji's harebrained antics anymore. Even though she didn't ask, I tell Rise-chan what's happened so far since I thought she should know. Bis gleich. Everything about Miss President and how I've been working hard as her knight, and how I'm on my way to the announcement room to protect her too. Now that I say it out loud, I sound pretty cool. I am pretty cool, huh? Cool as a cummerbund.
Wow, sounds like you've been busy.
I can step up to the plate when I need to.
General höchstpersönlich.
Yeah, it's because that girl is cute, isn't it? Anyway.
Der dich zum 23. Mal grüßt. Was? Was? Wo wirst du begrüßt?
Rise-chan? Are you alright? Rise-chan!
The communication suddenly cuts out with a scream. Did the general come back? Ah, I won't forgive him if he does anything to Rise-chan. Wait, huh? Does this mean I'm the hero here?
I can't stand around like this. I'll save Rise-chan and Miss President.
Yeah.
Rawr! This looks like a job for Teddy Man!
Teddy Man. I'll protect Miss President and save Rise-chan like it's no big thing. A sweet life with girls fawning over me is just around the corner. Time for this knight to do his thing.
Sorry for the wait. I'm here to save the day.
Yay. Wham! I slam open the announcement room door like a hero, and with a colorful puff of smoke, or so I imagine anyway, I give a one-liner for my entrance. Oh, why is it all bloody and disturbing in here? Isn't the announcement room a place where you make announcements? What in the world could this be? Well, I'll put that aside for now. I need to take care of Miss President and Rise-chan. Oh, I can see their hearts were captivated by my amazing entrance. Huh? There's another girl here.
Teddy! She's that girl's shadow!
Rise-chan points to a girl who looks a lot like Miss President. She's pretty, but... Oh, I remember now. She reminds me of Ai-chan. Is that what Miss President wants to look like? Oops, gotta save that for later. I bust a cool move and point to the shadow.
So it was true.
Miss President's shadow was the culprit. I take some fancy steps and stand between the shadow and the girls to protect them. Man, that was cool even for me. I'm so awesome. Now, all that's left is to say my signature line.
Well, now that I'm here, you're not gonna lay a finger on these girls. Come and get...
No! You're not me!
Nein, jetzt hat es gesagt.
What? Things are that far gone already?
Yes! The power!
Ah. Hm? Oh. Oops. Backlog. The shadow gains more and more power from Miss President denying it, and it turns into, holy moly, a gigantic ball. It's huge. It's ginormous. Aren't I kinda small next to that?
That thing looks pretty strong.
To be continued. Nato's, Mitsuru's, Akiko's, and Ai's stories are now available. Yeah, jetzt sind alle Charaktere verfügbar. Also, den haben wir gemacht, den haben wir gemacht. Sehen wir unten. Bei den Karten unten rechts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fehlen noch. Können schon mal ein bisschen mit einem anderen anfangen.
The persona ability is the power to control one's own heart, and the heart is strengthened through bonds. As you form bonds by becoming involved with others, your own social links will gradually develop. The power of these social links is what will determine your persona's abilities.
Ich mach mal einen Straw Poll. Da jetzt auch Leute auf Twitch sind. Machen wir mal Straw Poll anstatt Dings auf Smashcast. So, wen haben wir denn zur Auswahl? Wir haben Mitsuru. Also wir haben Mitsuru, wir haben Aigis, Naoto, Yukiko. Den haben wir, Yoshike, Chie, Kanji, Teddy haben wir und wie heißt der? Akihiko. Okay, so mal schauen, ob es funktioniert. So. Kaum Deutsch. Nicht schlimm. Ich kann auch Englisch verstehen. Und die meisten, die hier sind, eigentlich auch. So, müsste eigentlich gleich in jedem Chat sein, der Straw Poll Link. Hoffe ich. Mal schnell schauen auf Twitch. Ansonsten im Overlay steht der Link ja auch. Könnte abstimmen. Hallo Broken. So. Mal schauen, ob noch ein definitiver Gewinner rauskommt. People don't stream this game often. Ja. Schauen. Also Aigis, Naoto und Chi haben jeweils eine Stimme. Mal schauen. Ob noch was kommt oder nicht. Wo ist Rizerus heute eigentlich? War noch gar nicht da. Okay, Aigis, Naoto, Chi. Okay. Ah, okay. Machen wir mal Aigis.
Please
Very
leave it
well.
to me.
Mal schauen, was die so macht.
Are you awake?
I'm sorry. I had turned off my consciousness to test the new equipment installed on me.
Yes, that's why we use the emergency channel. We've been asked to go into action.
Has something happened? Who sent the request?
We'll brief you on the details in transit. Also, regulations say that the member with the lowest serial number is in command. Currently, that's you.
I'm in command? Are you sure about this? After all,
You're well suited for it, in my opinion.
Understood.
May 1st, 2012, 9:30. Men equipped with assault suits and tactical vests line the concrete ground. Their urban camouflage and unmoving poses give them the appearance of an orderly line of rocks. 30 minutes have already passed since the special assault team took up positions near the passenger plane stopped on the landing strip. The captain glares at the passenger plane before he slowly turns around and looks at each of his men. Every last one wears ski masks and thick tactical visors to mask their identities, but he knows them nonetheless.
Tell me about the situation and make it quick. We don't have much time.
Deutsch gesagt, Englisch verstehen. Ja schon, ich meine, der General, der hat ja gemeint, der könnte ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich hoffe mal, dass ich auch verstanden wurde. The one of the team steps forward next to him. The touchscreen tablet in his right hand has a summary of the case on it. On May 1st, 2012, around 0900 hours, a wide-body passenger aircraft headed for Kagoshima sent out a 7500 squawk code during passenger boarding. Following the signal, the captain reported to the control tower that their aircraft had been hijacked. Since the uprising occurred during passenger boarding, only half of the passengers, 168 exactly, had boarded. The 10 crew members bring it to a total of 178 hostages, though thought to be on board. Some passengers seated near the hatch had succeeded in escaping. The following points were gained from questioning them. Take care not to be seen by the hijackers. There are 3 hijackers. All of them are covering their faces with ski masks. All of them are armed with what seems to be pistols. From their voices and builds, they appear to be males. They all spoke fluent Japanese. Currently, the aircraft in question has moved to the front of the landing strip at the hijackers' insistence and is stopped there. The authorities have attempted to negotiate with the hijackers by radio, but they have made no demands. The team member finishes his report. The captain nods silently and addresses his team.
There hasn't been a plane hijacked in this country in over 10 years. None of us, not even me, have dealt with this before. Still, the procedure remains the same. Trust yourself, remember your training, and keep a cool head.
Bot braucht ein anderes Schlagwort. Projects. Hi. Das ist allerdings richtig, ja. Hä? Aber ich habe doch so eingestellt, dass der, ich habe gedacht, der würde nur Hallo schreiben und so weiter, wenn nur Hi, hey, hello, hallo und so weiter geschrieben wird. Und nicht das Hi, bla bla bla. Moment, dann mache ich das Zeug wieder weg. Okay. Jetzt sollte der nicht mehr Hallo schreiben. Bei komischen Sachen. The captain turns towards the plane again. Taking that as a cue, the team scatters to their specified posts to take up positions. The only thing to do now is to see what happens. Ich frage mich ja, was das hier mit dem P1 Grand Prix zu tun hat. Eventually, 10 o'clock comes around. Half an hour has passed already with no new developments. Repeated attempts to raise the hijackers have been made, but they have yet to make any demands. Tensions are beginning to rise. The worst case scenario is that they have no need to make demands, that their objective is to seize the passenger plane itself. In this case, the team would be facing a large-scale terrorist attack.
Come on, talk to us.
The captain mutters to himself, deep in thought. From the perspective of rescuing the hostages, every second that passes without learning the hijackers' objective is a second wasted. The captain and his team can wait in hiding, but the same is not true for the passengers on board. For untrained civilians, extreme stress can easily lead to physical and mental problems. It's true not only for the hostages, but for the hijackers as well. When people lose their nerve, they tend to act rashly. The hostages will begin to lose hope and the hijackers will begin to aching it out on the hostages. An hour into the incident, anything could be happening inside the plane. The captain could do nothing but glare as the time ticked by. After 15 more minutes had passed, a slight change in the situation was reported. All emails and calls going through stations near the airport are being checked. The details of the message thought to be from inside the plane are not confirmed. Yeah. Details of the message thought to be... okay. It appeared that the hijackers had confiscated all cellular phones as per standard hijacking plans, but...
Sir, there's a report from HQ. They picked up a transmission from one of the passenger's cell phones. It's a smartphone with GPS, so they can tell it's inside the plane.
Confirm those details for me.
There are two possibilities. The hijackers are using a passenger's phone to contact associates outside, or that a passenger is contacting someone in secret. The latter possibly is more likely. More and more devices have communication capabilities now, making it extremely difficult for hijackers to remove them entirely from play. And the more hostages involved, the more courageous they become, and the more likely to take risks. Unfortunately, more hostages involved means it's all the more dangerous to provoke the hijackers. Each individual hostage is worth less to them. The details of the transmission make it apparent that the situation is worse than the team had assumed. Mir fällt gerade auf, ich habe heute noch gar nicht gekämpft in einem Kampfspiel. In einem 2D-Fighter habe ich noch nicht gefightet. The cell phone's owner is a man in his 60s in first class. He signed up with a certain service after being diagnosed with heart illness. It's a remote EKG monitoring service that keeps track of the patient's heartbeat. A scheduled message was automatically sent from the patient's cell phone. The service provider promptly contacted the police, informing them that the man was in bad shape.
Sieht, dass das hier ein Fight geben. We don't wrap this up within the hour. Looks like we can't stall for time.
Anscheinend mehr Visual Novel mit kleineren Kampfmomenten, Kampf-Gameplay-Momenten. As panic spreads, a proposal for negotiations based on this fact and a proposal to storm the plane are both considered. But because only half the passengers had boarded, the situation inside the plane is uncertain, making devising a tactical plan difficult. Though if nothing is done, a passenger will surely succumb within the hour. von Persona erwartet. Ja, ich meine, ein bisschen Story lesen und so weiter hatte ich jetzt auch erwartet, bloß halt nicht so extrem viel oder halt das vom Gameplay her, das so wenig ist irgendwie. A blunder like that must be avoided at all costs. That was the thinking that guided the police officials to make their decision. That same day at 10:30.
What? Withdraw? This is a hijacking! What are you thinking, withdrawing our people? Yes, I understand.
Wait, what's going on?
Orders are orders. We'll fall back at once. Get ready.
No one understood the sudden withdrawal order. Why withdraw a team during a hijacking? No one on the scene agreed with the decision, but the order could not be overturned. The men here are not the brain, but limbs whose power is best put to use by precisely following orders. Just then, another group approaches without a sound. Its members are dressed differently, in suits and trench coats, but all of them wear black with sunglasses. At a glance, it is clear that they are tall, well-built, and used to rough situations. With nearly 20 of them gathered in one place, they are imposing despite their silence. They don't seem to be airport personnel, but neither are they known to the police. However, the captain senses a kindred spirit in them and approaches.
Who are you?
His voice is laced with suspicion, but the man in black at the head of the group speaks dispassionately, as if he'd heard nothing.
For the next half hour, we're in command of this scene.
You didn't answer the question. Who's responsible for this?
Ich hätte eigentlich mehr an Will Smith und so weiter gedacht. Man in Black. Mit Aliens und so. The captain's tone unconsciously hardens. The group of men in black parts, and one of their number in the rear steps forth. The captain can't stop himself but from furrowing his brow. He can already sense the unrest spreading amongst his team watching in silence. The one stepping forward looks like a 17 or 18-year-old girl. She's dressed in black and sunglasses like those around her, but her slender build is out of place. Not only that, her blonde hair stands out even more in contrast to her all-black outfit. The girl walks a few more steps forward and removes her sunglasses. Yes. The captain had intended to appraise the look in her eyes, but only gasps at her crystalline blue eyes. He quickly regains himself and frowns at her.
So you're the one in charge?
Yes.
Are you shitting me?
There is no time to waste quarreling.
The girl looks at him fearlessly, despite the armed team surrounding her. The unreality of it all is what helps the captain get over his surprise. Her age and appearance are most likely meaningless. She's clearly no ordinary girl.
Are you not even gonna tell me who you're with?
I cannot.
So you expect me to hand over control of the scene to you without even telling me who the hell you are?
I believe orders to withdraw have already been issued.
Her calm, sweet voice only irritates him. The captain closes the distance with the girl, and while he stops short of grabbing her suit, he glares into those blue eyes from only inches away.
Lady, I don't know what kind of juice you have with the brass, but are you ready to be responsible for the deaths of those passengers?
Your protests are doing nothing to relieve the danger. Rescuing them as soon as possible is my, or rather, our duty.
The girl is completely unruffled as she speaks. It's like she's a machine or something. The captain thinks, more dumbfounded than angry.
Have faith in us. We too wish to save them.
For the first time, something like determination flickers within those crystalline eyes. After looking into them, the captain finds something akin to resolve and confidence in them. He steps back. Raising his right hand to his chest, he shows the girl his watch.
Alright, but you got exactly 30 minutes and not a second more.
Folgen. Es regnet. Nice. Ich glaube, wir bräuchten dann noch einen englischen. Englischen Command. Ah, da ist es. Thank you.
Understood.
After the girl nods, she gives instructions to prepare a stair car to the group she's leading. The captain's fist tightens nervously. Since there are few uses for a stair car, quietly moving it in place may make the hijackers think that a strike team is getting ready to storm the plane. But there's no hesitation in the girl's actions.
Well then, move in as naturally as possible while staying in their blind spots.
Eventually, a roofless stair car advances slowly towards the passenger plane.
The closest we can get without them noticing will be about 10 meters from the plane.
That will be more than enough.
More than enough? What's the point of half-assing it like that? The captain's annoyance begins to turn to curiosity. If she's replacing the SAT team, then she must have a plan beyond simple brute force, but...
Now, let's begin.
The stair car stops. The girl gets out of the driver's seat. She walks slightly behind the vehicle, turns towards the passenger plane and sits with one knee up.
What's she doing?
The captain brings up a pair of binoculars to see her behavior more closely. At first he assumes she is going to use the stair car's movement as a decoy and send her team in from a different direction. Like humans, most vehicles have significant blind spots above and underneath. Yet that doesn't seem to be her plan. Does she plan to make a move while using the stair car as shelter? Is she possibly going to snipe them? The captain discards the possibility. It would be foolish to set up a sniper perch at a lower angle of elevation, where the girl is now. While the captain mulls over the question, the girl makes an unexpected move. She appears to lower her stance slightly one moment, and in the next she's no longer in sight. By the time the captain grasps that she is running, she has already reached the top of the stair car. Her slender body launches like a cannonball from the top of the stairs.
What? She jumped?
Even the SAT members voice their surprise. The girl's leap arcs over a distance of over 10 meters. It's clearly beyond the abilities of a human being. Coming in the middle of a hijacking, the scene seems even more surreal. The girl lands on top of the aircraft and stands as if nothing unusual had happened. She looks at the aircraft beneath her and slowly turns her head to scan it from back to front. It reminds the captain of the movement of a security camera. He knows it should be impossible, but he wonders if she can see through the plane's ceiling. Eventually, the girl seems convinced of something and begins walking. When she reaches the boarding hatch at the front, she moved her right hand to her back. The captain notices that a special knife, coated grey from blade to hilt, is in her hand.
What's she gonna do with that knife?
The girl suddenly lowers her stance and slides down the side of the aircraft. Just as she is about to fall, she thrusts the knife into the jamb of the hatch and dangles from it.
That's just crazy.
Was hat das da hier jetzt eigentlich mit der Story von Persona 4 Arena zu tun? Ich meine, die sind ja nicht im Fernseher oder so. Kommt mir irgendwie wie Filler vor oder sowas. She then uses her left hand to pull the handle and unlocks the hatch with ease. Once the thick, airtight door shuts out of the aircraft, the girl nimbly jumps into the plane. Side story. The captain is shocked by her dauntless methods. He begins to wonder if she intends to defuse the situation on her own. The captain lowers the binoculars and faces the reality before him with his own eyes. Who in the world is she? The doubts he had dismissed rise within him again. A warning light goes on in the cramped cockpit. Two people there notice it at once. One of them is the captain sitting in the pilot's seat. The other is the man holding a gun to the back of the captain's head. The light is labeled hatch open. Even an amateur can understand what it means. The man suddenly tenses and stands ready at the passenger side door. He prepares himself for someone to charge through it. But he quickly regains himself and turns the gun back onto the captain. The man casts irritated glances back and forth between the captain and the door for a while, but eventually approaches the door, his gun pointed at the captain. He cautiously cracks open the door and looks towards the passenger seating. Just outside the cockpit is the first class section, but the passengers were gathered in economy class at the time of the hijacking. First class is empty. The man squints. To ward off observation, or worse, snipers. The windows are down, coming into the darkened plane from the bright. The windows are down. Coming into the darkened plane from the bright cockpit forces his eyes to adjust. But from the corner of his eye, he sees a gleam of light shining in. That's unlike the regular lights. And within that light is a silhouette. Before he can react, the silhouetted figure closes the distance. A hand grabs the edge of the door and opens it with tremendous force. Too quick, heavy shots are fired. The man collapses unconscious without a sound. The captain turns around in surprise to see the intruder, a blonde girl with an index finger to her lips to signal silence. She first lays the man on the ground and then removes the pistol in his hand. On close inspection, it is only a model gun, supplemented with metal parts. The seam between the parts is in different places compared to a real gun. If taken apart, the disassembled pieces would look nothing like a real pistol. The girl then takes handcuffs from a small pouch on her waist and fastens the man's arms to a seat leg near the window. Even if he wakes up, he will be unable to stand. Though the captain still looks as if he wishes to say something, the girl's eyes meet his and insist on silence as she leaves. The curtain dividing first class and economy class is closed. The girl hides herself behind it and peeks through. There's a man in each of the aisles on the left and right. Neither seem to have noticed her. The passengers and cabin crew are crammed into seats in the back. Everyone's placement matches the readings from her heart sensors she picked up from above the plane. Both remaining hijackers are close to first class. The man closest to her is only a few steps away. She judges that he can easily be disabled before reacting if she moves quickly. They both carry pistols, but they are the same type as the downed hijacker. From what she can see, those two are more mere model guns. The girl swiftly pushes aside the curtain and grabs the closer man's right wrist. The hijacker, caught off guard by the sudden appearance of such a slender girl, stops moving for a moment. In that moment, he surrenders any chance of a victory he may have had. With a pain cry, he drops the pistol to the ground. The girl uses a grip on his right hand to put him on the ground, then smoothly pulls out another pair of handcuffs and locks his arms to the passenger seat. The man thrashes about, but despite his struggle, he's no better than a worm writhing on the ground. The last hijacker finally recovers from his shock and aims his gun. The girl pulls a button from the other man's sleeve and flicks it towards her opponent's face. The button travels at immense speed, though it was only fired from her fingers. The man tries to shield his face, but he is too late and groans in pain when the projectile impacts his forehead. The girl does not let the opportunity pass. She easily jumps over the 3-seat wide center block of seats with one arm and grabs the man's right hand. There she repeats the same procedure she used before. Their weapons are immediately seized while they are restrained on the floor. The passengers are only now grasping what's happening before their eyes. A murmuring chorus rises.
Do not be alarmed. I have come to rescue you. Your safety has not been secured yet, so please stay calm and remain in your seats.
The passengers erupt in a cheer. There's sporadic applause as well, but there's a slightly hysterical tinge to it in reaction to the tension of the situation.
Excuse me. We were told someone requires medical assistance for their chronic heart illness. His name is...
John Cena. Just as the girl approaches the center of the plane, she senses a male passenger stand up from his seat. He's extremely calm and quiet as he does so. The girl belatedly picks up on the incongruity. All of the other passengers are nervous. It is then that she feels something hard pressing up against the back of her head. She knows without looking that it is the muzzle of a gun. The nearby passengers' cries of relief suddenly turn to screams.
I am impressed with your judgment to stay hidden until an opportunity arose.
The girl is unperturbed as she continues to look straight ahead. The man stays silent and keeps the pistol pressed to her head. She knows that there's no danger of being shot, but she's not yet sure that he was the only one in hiding. Left with no choice, the girl accedes to his demand and moves forward. And after about 10 steps, another man stands up as expected.
Ah, and you too.
The man doesn't answer. He slowly approaches from the front. The girl is now sandwiched from the front and the back. At that moment, footsteps sound from beyond this curtain leading into first class. The two culprits both react at once. But it is too late. Over 10 men in black rush in at once from beyond the curtain. Brocken hat abonniert. Dankeschön. Dankeschön, Brocken. While the girl had drawn the hijacker's attention with the scuffle, the stair car had closed in. First, they pin down the man standing in front. The narrow passage gives the man behind her a short reprieve, but it doesn't last long. The moment he lowers the hand gripping the pistol in order to escape, the girl grabs his wrist. So focused was he on the man who bursts into the scene that he forgot about the threat the girl posed. Blah, blah, blah. He's immediately tripped and restrained once he falls on his back. The girl stands up and looks around. If there were any more hijacks inside the plane, this would be their last chance to make a stand. But no one rises from their seat. She glances towards the men in black, and they are not back in acknowledgement. It seems that the crisis has been averted. The girl carefully keeps her thoughts from appearing on her face and gives an inner sigh of relief. Soon afterward, the sweeper team gives a report confirming that the aircraft is secure. The girl works with the cabin crew to arrange transport for the man with the heart illness before she steps out for a moment. She turns on the blue indicator light on the stair car and waves it in circles towards the SAT's position. It is the signal that the crisis is over.
She's done already?
On receiving the sign, the SAT team on standby starts talking amongst themselves.
It hasn't even been 5 minutes.
There
should have been at least 3 hijackers.
Kartoffel.
You know what they remind me of is those guys. Like Men in Black or something.
Kannst auch noch ganz viel anderes machen, zum Beispiel den guten alten John. Oder was haben wir noch? Mega Man. Happy haben wir. Jeff und Slenderman. Babyface haben wir natürlich auch. Der Beste. Der Beste.
Captain, who are those people? Is that one even human?
The captain sighs with reluctance.
This is just a rumor. But I've heard that the higher-ups formed an unofficial security group in conjunction with a certain corporation.
Yeah.
It's supposedly for cases that are a little strange. I hear they have some official standing with the police, too. Though it's all some private enterprise, so technically there's no authority involved at all.
What? But this is Japan we're talking about.
A search and destroy unit that answers to no department and keeps no records. I've heard them called shadow operatives.
Oops. He turns on his own blue light as a sign of understanding and waves it left and right. The response light comes from up ahead. The girl then sees the captain spreading his arms in a shrug and smiles. For the first time, she feels slightly bad for them. Her team may have shamed them, though they had done nothing wrong. I should apologize to them later, but then, in the corner of the girl's eye, near the entrance of the luggage carts at the corner of the building, near the entrance of the luggage carts at the corner of the building, a figure catches their attention. Bango, auch ganz wichtig. Jo, wer ist das? Geist. The girl seems to be about her age and is wearing a plain cape-like dress. The girl on the aircraft feels oddly uneasy at seeing the figure. To begin with, given the heightened security, the parking entrance should be strictly sealed. But the figure looks perfectly ordinary.
May I check on something?
The girl calls to the SAT captain over the radio. There appears to be some slight interference, necessitating an adjustment of the dial.
What is it?
If you look towards my left, in front of the luggage loading bay is...
But during the moment she looked away, the figure has disappeared.
She's not there. That can't be.
The girl looks around, but the figure is nowhere to be seen. Where could she have gone in this open space with nowhere to hide?
What's the matter?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was apparently seeing things.
The girl shuts the radio off. Who was that just now? Toast? Was it truly seeing things? With those questions in mind, the girl tries to remember the figure's appearance in details. Only then does she realize the cause of her unease. That light blue dress the figure wore. It was very similar to one she herself had once. Ghost! Ghost! Toast. It reminds her of those days when she did not yet have a heart. Okay. Kann ich nicht mehr abspeichern. Ich kann anscheinend nicht mehr speichern. The girl puts those thoughts aside and returns to the aircraft. The mission does not end with taking the culprits into custody. In truth, along with diffusing the situation, securing the safety of one particular passenger was her highest priority. This fact was not revealed to the SAT team. The passenger was originally seated in first class but would have been forced to move. The girl looks carefully through the restless passengers. It is not long before she finds the face she seeks. Looking relieved, the girl walks toward the passenger in question.
Are you all right, Mitsuru-san?
Mitsuru?
I guess.
Ah!
I didn't think you'd be the one to come.
No Heart. Müssen wir vielleicht irgendwann mal Persona 3 spielen. Vielleicht wird das dann ein bisschen klarer. The woman who answers has long shining hair that would make an impression on anyone. Her refined appearance makes her stand out over and above her calm position in her seat, but Aigis knows the woman well.
In fact, I was surprised to be called on to deal with something like this. The suspects made no demands. What were they after? At first, I thought I was summoned because you were their target, Mitsuru-san.
The higher-ups must have thought the same thing and panicked. Especially considering there's cargo on that plane they wouldn't want made public. Wait a second, that cargo...
Is something wrong?
This hijack seems strange now that I think about it. They made their move before takeoff, which is odd timing, and they forced the boarding announcement to be stopped. I thought maybe it was their way of trying to pull it off with a small team.
Are you saying that rather than a passenger, they were after that cargo? It's true that no one would consider the unloaded luggage during a hijacking.
I guess I need you to check on my things, though if I'm right, it's already too late.
In response, Aigis instructs her team via radio to secure all luggage transport routes. Moreover, she requests a search to ensure that no cargo has been taken.
Even if you're right, why would they be interested in your belongings?
My usual cargo wouldn't be worth hijacking a plane over, but I was carrying something sensitive this time. Normally, if they wanted it, they'd have to bypass a Corregio facility's security or attack the vehicle transporting it. But by doing it this way, they can divert the entire country's attention with a few model guns.
So viel Gerede. Ich würde ja gern abspeichern, damit ich Pause machen kann. Mitsuru smiles. Aigis can tell that she is impressed with their audacity, despite herself.
Mitsuru-san's cargo. Sensitive belongings for a vacation. I understand. Hijacking a plane out of a desperate desire for undergarments. This incident will surely go down in history.
Mitsuru's eyes bulge at the unexpected comment.
What? You're jumping to conclusions. It's not sensitive in that way. Besides, my underwear is in this bag and... That's it. Enough about underwear.
She forces a cough and steers the conversation back on track.
More accurately, my cargo contained items from Ergo Research. My trip to Kagoshima was partly vacation, but also to oversee their transferal to Yakushima.
The official name of Ergo Research is the Kirijo Ergonomics Research Lab. Both Mitsuru and Aegis have many bitter memories associated with the name. A pall hangs in the air, but a radio transmission from one of Aegis' team cuts the moment short.
Aegis speaking. I see. Understood.
Mitsuru looks at Aegis questioningly and she nods.
It's as you suspected. They found that one of the boxes scheduled for transport has gone missing.
I thought as much.
With a small sigh, Mitsuru rises from her seat.
We must get it back, Aegis. The rest of the team can finish up here. I need you to come with me.
Aegis inspects Mitsuru's face carefully.
Will you be joining the search as well?
Well, I am personally involved, so yes.
In other words, you will officially rejoin the unit and participate in this mission. To be more direct, is it accurate to say that you are abandoning your vacation?
Mitsuru sighs with some exhaustion. Aegis interprets her silence as approval.
Then I hereby transfer command authority to you, Mitsuru-san. Regulations state that the member with the lowest serial number is to take command, and since you are member number 1, the official leader of the Security Department Shadow Response Unit, also called the Shadow Operatives.
I had a feeling I wouldn't be able to enjoy this vacation for long.
Traveling with cargo from Ergo Research suggests that her vacation was neither relaxing nor cheerful.
But I can't allow anyone to be hurt again by the things we, the Kirijo group, created. We'll get this cargo back at all costs. Mission or no mission, I'm making it a personal priority.
Understood.
Aegis answers loudly and snaps off the police salute that she's finally gotten the hang of. Kann ich bitte abspeichern? Bookmark. I'm Aegis. My official name is 7th Generation Anti-Shadow Suppression Weapon Aegis. As my name implies, I am not human. I am a humanoid weapon, a robot essentially. Though with the right clothes, a surprising number of people cannot tell the difference. I was created in a research lab owned by one of the world's foremost conglomerates, the Kirijo Group. I was made to exterminate a certain enemy. They are called shadows, monsters spawned from people's repressed emotions, granted dark life. Shadows can only be defeated by those with the special power of personas. One's persona can be said to be the power to wield the shadow within. They are two sides of the same coin. The one cannot have a persona if they do not also have a heart. I was given a mind to artificially develop a persona and a body close to that of a human, so that mind could maintain a personality. A heart designed for battle, a body designed for battle. I did endure some suffering because of my original purpose. But I now have a place where I belong. Somewhere I can make full beneficial use of my powers. That is the Security Department Shadow Response Unit. Our nickname is the Shadow Operatives. The Shadow Operatives were formed at Mitsuru Kirijo's directive. She is the scion of the Kirijo group who created me. She has taken responsibility for shadows. Our objective is to identify and resolve incidents involving shadows by eliminating them. All of our members are persona users or have similar qualifications during operations. Our guidelines state that the member with the smallest number has command. The number that I was issued is number 5. Though I am not human, I am treated as a member and not a piece of equipment. Moreover, my number is in the single digits. It's possible that there will be missions like today where I must take command of dangerous operations. In other words, I am recognized as having the same life and dignity as humans. Because Mitsuru-san and the others have such trust in me, I want to repay that trust with results. There's another reason I am working my hardest on this case. Soon after the hijacking was resolved, the stolen cargo was identified. Its contents surprised me. The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. The unit named Labris. She is one of my sister units. She was sealed over a decade ago for some reason and has been in storage with the other artifacts since then. Labris, a humanoid weapon just like me. It is possible that she has a heart. If so, I want to save her before she is misused. This is a mission, but more than that, I feel that it is a duty I must carry out. Endlich. Das war Szene 1. Die ging ja ewig. Okay. Okay. Fast 1,5 Stunden, ey. Will auch Coins. Ja, dann musst du schreiben, auch. Dann musst du schreiben.